Hello everybody. We're back. We're back live. We've even got some hair growth. That's how long we've been away for. I'm going for the Picard hair. Picard side hair. We're back. We'd been doing videos. We did 3 days of videos, 7 videos or something, and now we're back live streaming. Why? Oh look, my camera's pointing. Look. Hello. Don't know what that was. We're back. Yeah, we're back. I need to move my camera around. We need to tidy up in here. I need to do so much stuff. It's 3:20 in the morning. As usual, we've had no sleep at all. Well, will I ever sleep? Apparently not. It's been an insomnia week. But I'll drink tea, it's fine. Hello, Hub City. Hub City. He likes to live on the city streets. It's the Hub City. There's people walking in the streets at night. It's Hub City. There's no homelessness or crime because it's actually a communist future. Communism City. They distributed all the wealth and miraculously all the crime and asbestos. Oh no, it's a lie. It's actually a fascist regime. Secretly, they murdered everybody that they didn't like because... It's a breakdown at the end of the song. Oh, boy! Boosted Media. Oh, can I sing a song for you? This is 3 of them. I'm trying to wake myself up here. Let's sing a song for Boosted Media. Got my didge. Let me get my big didge out for you. Funky do time. You ready? This song is called. This song's called. I wasted too much time reviewing sim racing equipment, and feel like a corporate capitalist husk. That's what this song's called. Okay. I've not warmed up my mouthpiece. Hang on. It's not warm. I'm bored of sim racing. Did you enjoy that? That was for Will, Boosted Media, Rotate. Actually, I was actually working on Boosted Media's theme tune. He's not shared this with you guys yet, but you might want to hear Boosted Media's theme tune. I've been spending quite a lot of time working on this song, and I feel like it captures the essence of Boosted Media's channel. So without further ado, here's Boosted Media's theme tune. Boosted Media. Boosted Media. Boosted Media. Boosted Media. Welcome to Boosted Media. Use my affiliate link. Boosted Media. So that's his theme tune. It's not quite finished yet, but I think it's almost ready for production. Do you guys think? I think it's quite subtle, but I feel like it communicates the I think it communicates his channel. You can't claim you can't be a pom. You're not a pom. Once you've been in Australia for long enough, it's like Spider-Man. Once you've been bitten by the spider and you're transferred into Spider-Man, you can't claim to be a normal human anymore, can you? So it's like once you've been punched by a kangaroo, you can't say you're still a pom. It's actually how you use a didgeridoo. Right, that's enough of that. I'd like to apologise to any Australians that found that offensive. An absolute misuse of a didgeridoo there. That was a misuse of a didgeridoo. So apologies there for those of you that... Because they do treat the didgeridoo as a spiritual instrument. So, I mean, that was quite spiritual, that song, I feel. Autofocus can never cope. But yeah, I hope you're doing alright, Will. Hope everything's good. The land of sim racing. The land down under. Yeah, I'm underground. Hopefully my neighbours can't hear the didgeridoo. If they can, they'll be very confused. Imagine you're just like, it's 4 AM and all you can hear is a didgeridoo from next door. Oh dear. Yeah, I was going to try this forecasting. Pouring the slab? Oh yeah, totally normal. Everything that Will does, from his perspective, is like it's a really normal thing to be doing. But from anyone else's perspective, they'd be like, what on earth? What? Oh, you know, just herding the spiders around the living room. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I understand that. Oh, you know, just combing the wallaby. Oh, yeah. I need to put my aircon on. God, it's bloody hot. Why is it so warm? Could it be anything to do with the 5090 and the 3 monitors? I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Do we do this with the Porsche? Should we try a different car? Ah, my mouse. Sat on my cable. Oh yeah, it's weird that chickens do like eating spiders. Hang on. I need to pick my car. Withdraw. What do we get? What's a Hyundai Volstar? What on earth is that? Audi. Oh, Audi. Oh, that's shit. Why is it for... Oh, I don't own it. That's why. Okay. We'll stick with the Porsche. Combing the wallaby. It should be an innuendo. We're going to try and... let's try and set up force feedback with this. With this car. Give this a go. Oh man, I'm wrecked, guys. There was too much excitement in the morning. Imagine waking up and then 10 minutes later singing a song about... Imagine writing a theme tune like that. It's hard. Skyworld, new and improved. Yeah, it's game changing. I can't believe how gullible some YouTubers are, though. Like, for like iRace, not that it hasn't changed and not that they've not tried to make it better, but it's just weird, isn't it? It's like there's so many YouTubers that are like, oh yes, wow, it's fixed now. Or not even just YouTubers, like media and stuff. And it's like, did you even play it? And have you really like quantifiably tested it compared to the previous version? Because it's like still effectively has the same issue. It's still the same thing. Like it's different, that's fine. But it's like the idea that it's like, all right, take care, Boosted. Thanks for popping in. Don't get. I think Boosted is dealing with bodies again. He's covering them in concrete in his garden. Yeah, no, it's just weird. It's weird how. I tell you another thing that was like that was the Moser software update, where Moser just did a press release saying, "Oh, we've made the wheels feel so much better, new modes, whatever," and it's like it was exactly the same. Like it was marginal at best. And I even tested it. I even tested the Moser update, you know, the one that had all the press stuff around it. I tested it on. So I have like a few Moser wheels, but then I went to used some other companies. They had some Moser wheels as well, and we installed the update and tested it side by side with it before the update and after the update, and there was no difference. So it wasn't just my equipment. It was like, it was just really funny. But then so many like people were posting on Reddit, media, all going, "Oh, it's amazing! It's like, well, hang on, it hasn't really. You've not tested it." Here we go. Oh wow, I'm far too skeptical. They call me Mr. Skeptic, like the X-Files. Yeah, so I don't really use this IIFFB. I've not really used it with the LMP3 car, the GT3. What's that? What's that with this? Hang on. I missed that. Just need to change my camera height. I don't know why my field of view seems it's better. Oh, what did you say? What did you say? What did you say? About your video about difficulty, AMS2, cars were tad too slow. Well, they still are slidey, aren't they? You can catch cars easily. So, the cow just died there. Bloody hell. Why is this car so... So the solution was car, so now you have Instapit spins. Oh, yeah, yeah. And it's still... Yeah, it's a good example, actually. You're right. But it's also... It still was basically the same. Yeah, so like, what's going on here? So yeah, the yeah, in AMS2 it was like it was overly slidey. It still is. It's still weird, but yeah, they basically just reduced the grip and increased the tyre wear, and they're like, oh well, now that's more realistic, right? It's like, well, it's not really that simple. AMS2 is just a bit weird though, isn't it? Like, it's just all round a bit weird. Man, this is well low grip. I still get the messages in the comments where people still go, how can you know what a car drives like if you've never driven it? That's such a common thing. It's really strange to me because it's not something that people say with other games. I don't know why it's such a common thing in Sims. Oh, this track is completely soaked. Oh, there's no catching that. Is that a hole in the mesh? Look, there's a hole in the mesh there. iRacing. iRacing, what are you doing? Hole in the mesh.
We've got damage on the back end. You're going the wrong way.
So why did that? I wonder if you can set up IRFFB to make it so that you can avoid that. Put this on there. Well, yeah, but I mean, I'd never driven a car. I'm trying to think back to like when I first played like Colin McRae Rally and stuff back in the day in the 90s. I mean, I was just playing it with a kid, so I didn't really care. Oh, so when I played Richard Burns Rally, it was pretty obvious that it was more realistic straight away. It's pretty obvious that Live for Speed was more realistic. So it's not like, it's like, well, I'd never even driven a car at that point. Like, I'd never driven anything. I only drove cars in like, 2000. I hadn't even done go-karting or anything. So I'd only driven a car in like 2010 or something. And then I drove a race car in like 2016, 2017. But even before then, it was really obvious that Live for Speed, well, that iRacing was mental, or didn't line up to what you'd expect. Like, so I don't know why it's. I think what happens is, I think a lot of people. So obviously, to know something to a very high detail, you need to do the real thing, to do like it to absolutely compare for your subjective experience. You need to do the real thing to go, right, yeah, this is close or isn't close to the absolute real thing. But so I think that's what people think you're talking about, when really what you're saying, or what someone like me is saying, when they say, oh, this sim is unrealistic, what they're saying is there's these really glaringly obvious ginormous physics issues that are way more important than the subtleties of individual car things that you would only know if you drove the car in real life, right? So same with like a flight sim, because you'd notice that it's like you can notice that Mario Kart is less realistic or not a simulator compared to even like Burnout Paradise, right? Like you can tell. So how do you know it's realistic? In the same way that developers know what's more or less realistic, right? You'd have general experience of other things that are in reality. You have videos. I mean, you can't just go by videos, but lots of different onboard videos of different cars. You can obviously see how stuff kind of moves. Like you'll have played tennis, you'll have done skiing, you've done skateboarding, rollerblading, maybe you've done go-karting and stuff, and then you'll be able to see videos of go-karts and you'll be like, oh, well, I've done this activity, this is how it operated, this is how this activity looks on video. Here's another video of another car and it's moving differently, and so you'll be able to. But then again, maybe I think some people don't have creativity, so they don't do that. They can't envision stuff, and the more creative someone is, the more they can do that. You know, some people just aren't creative, so they can't actually. They are stuck in what they're currently doing, basically. In the same way that I can't do maths at all. There's a lot of stuff I'm really terrible at, so some people are just terrible at creative stuff. Or like being able to imagine what something's like. Some people just don't have that, or they can't imagine something realistically, if that makes sense. Yeah, they have a mind's eye. I see tell you what happened. Right, the rain is actually highlighting the physics thing with this, right? Watch this. So, like, we hit the curb and it's stuck. And it's even more obvious in the rain. Like, the puddle's on the right, so that's fine. But it is actually still stuck when it shouldn't be. It's exactly the same as the dry conditions, it just magnifies it even more. AC doesn't do rain at all. The track is totally saturated. It's hilarious. We're not really ranting. We're just generally chatting. This track is completely wet. It's crazy. Yeah. And the iRacing actually does like a track that's got divided up grip areas to it. I don't know. Wet tyres don't need to warm up, do they? Like, I think they work perfectly fine even when they're totally cold. Imagine they would still warm up to some degree, though. It's so floaty, this. I mean, to be fair, I think this is a totally saturated track. What? As soon as I brake, the why is it stepping out in one way? It's like it's really magnifying the
You've got wheel damage.
the angle of the track surface. It's causing the back to step out a lot. Yeah, look at that. It's with this. It's oversteered right there. Why is that oversteered right? The track's cambered to the left. We're on the racing line with all 4 tyres. Why is that oversteered to the right? The whole track's saturated. It's not that there's a puddle. Oh yeah, there is a puddle. Ah yeah. But still. If you brake, if the right is on a puddle and you brake, why would it oversteer right if the puddle is on the right hand side? If the right has lower grip because it's on the puddle and you brake, the car should go left, right? Because there's lower grip on the right, more grip on the left, so it'd be like you've got more braking on the left hand side. So why is the car turned right? I mean, it's just the dampness that the whole track. Oh, there's a puddle here, but we're not even. Oh no, there's a puddle on the left. Couldn't see it. I mean, this is brutal. Yeah, it's slightly damp puddle here. Yeah, no, but it's not. It's because there's more of a puddle on the left. So the left has lost grip when braking, and the right has broke more. You can see the puddle just here. I mean, this is absurdly wet, the track here. Puddle simulator, yeah. But it's the thing with wet driving as well, right? When it's this wet, it just turns into more of a memory game, right? I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Oh well. At least it is what it is. Well, that's true. If the puddle's deep, yeah, that's the complexity, isn't it? It's like, okay, is it a deep puddle? Well, then the tyre's going to fall into it. But then it would depend on the speed. A fast tyre would skip over the top of it. Speed and weight of the vehicle would come into play. So it's so complicated to do a wet track. It's like if you were to try and do a muddy surface properly. It's just really complicated. You ate the latest LMU. I don't mind it that much myself. It's a lot of people have assumed that I really hate it, just because I was making an argument from the fact that it's probably worse for a lot of the people that play LMU. But it doesn't mean it's worse for me. Like, people often assume that when you make an argument, you're just talking about your own personal preferences. And I don't know, personally, I don't make arguments from my own subjective views, because why should anyone care about my subjective enjoyment of something? How's that relevant to anyone else? Yeah. Just gamble it 50-50. I think LMU's new tyres probably aren't that bad, but I think the force feedback needs to be a lot better in the game for it to work properly. They need a Marvin's force feedback for LMU. I think that's a big problem. LMU has really bad force feedback. Well, that's what you need. Reflective tracks. It's good fun. You really enjoy the new Total Series complete lack of sarcasm. We just started. I'm pretty exhausted though. We've had pretty bad insomnia recently. Yeah, there's points in LMU, but I think that's why it's a force feedback thing as much as anything. So in AC1, if you set a car up with a really low downforce, and you can feel the load on the tyre before it gets to that snapping point. So it warns you before it gets to that point where it just snaps, disappears. Whereas in LMU, there's no warning. So sure, like a setup can stop it from going over the limit. That's great. But it's beside the point. It's like you can't tell that you're putting X amount of load on the tyre to know that it's close to a point where it's just going to snap and give out, right? And therefore, someone will be driving the track in what they think is totally normal. And then the tyres just turn off, and they'll be like, "Well, hang on." What, you know, that happens in the wet. That's what happens if you drive over a puddle or something, right? That's not what happens in dry conditions. Oh, the carrot! Look at this. It's going to be an Ocean Gate disaster if we turn too much on the inside. Rhythm is a dancer. Da, 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 da. 69 viewers on YouTube. Nice.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
I found it funny. The Lando Norris was complaining that one of the reasons why he's struggling with the McLaren is that the force feedback's not good in the real car. Feel the steering wheel, can't feel the tyres. He's such a noob. Such a noob, complaining about real world force feedback. Did you guys watch the support races for the 24-hour race? It was hilarious. Like some of the driving was so bad. Like the rejoins and the moves. Like P2 just took out P3. It was mental. Like it's. Like there was no way to avoid that. The human versus car. There was no way to avoid that. Oh, it's a puddle. I can't see it. There's a giant puddle there, but I can't see it. They have improved this. Oh no. I can't see it. Ah, you can see it. I just pay more attention. God, you can kind of see it. Bloody hell. It's like a... it's like a swimming pool. It's a nice reflection. I mean, if these were the conditions in real life on the Nordschleife, they would have red flagged. They would have black flagged the race, wouldn't they? They have done in the past. When the track's this waterlogged, I just use one screen. Crooked. Yeah, I forgot his name. The guy from Malcolm in the Middle. He's like 35 now, but yeah, he's been doing race driving for ages. That's probably why he did the Malcolm in the Middle reunion, just to pay for his to do more race driving. Yeah, it seems like all. It seems pretty grounded and all right. It's hard to tell with actors. Like, I think so. I've seen like random interviews of him. He seems all right, but like, you really can't tell with actors. Some actors they would seem like really nice people and they're terrible people, and vice versa. You can't tell. Morning. I've bruised my head, guys. I headbutted a tree. It's like a right big lump here. I smashed my head on a tree so hard that like the fruit, there was like an apple on it or something. I don't know, not an apple at this time of year. There was something on it and it exploded on my hat, and I bruised the top of my head. Proper smashed my head on the tree. Why am I walking into trees? I don't know. It's like a big branch. I like driving in 4K and then using G-Sync, and then also we live stream, so it goes, the middle screen goes into a capture card on a separate computer, and one screen's better for that. I was just taking my shopping back from Lidl's. Yeah, well, it did. The thing is, some of the paths I walk down are quite treey. And they grow at this time of year. The trees have obviously grown a lot. they're normally cleared out of the way. But I proper smacked it hard. Lucky I was wearing a hat because I think it would have cut my head. It's like messed up my hat. It actually teared my hat, so it would have well messed up my head. Tree was it understeered into me. These things happen though. I was really happy from my Lidl shop though. I got like milk and cereal and vegetables and salad. You're too tall, yeah. I keep getting people, whenever I see people that watch my live streams, because we set the camera above the monitor so it makes me look shorter. People are always like, oh, you're much taller in real life, because they all think I'm like 5 foot, but I'm 6'2". No, when I'm out and about in the UK, I'm like normally, you know, like sort of taller than most people. It's obviously some people that are taller, but once you get over like 6 foot, you're generally taller than most people. I feel really uncomfortable when I'm in Holland and I'm smaller than most people. It makes me, it just feels weird. You get used to your height. It's strange actually. It is strange how you get used to height. I do have legs. Yeah, no, it's so weird when I'm in Holland and I'm just like I feel so small. I'm looking up at everyone, like even women. You're just like and it's a really weird feeling when you're. If you were always short, you'd just be used to it. You're like, oh, most people are taller than me. But when you're tall, generally speaking. Like, oh, everyone's short. I'm looking down at people. I'm actually looking down on them. I actually disrespect everyone. But it's really weird. Yeah, they really look up to me, not because they want to, because I look down my nose at people. Oh man, this truck is totally and utterly wetted. Do you think it's worth driving a little bit more aggressive? Well, you'll just drive to whatever, probably not that aggressive. You just drive to whatever you can, whatever's conducive to going faster. With the new, I think you'll just naturally slide around a bit more with the way the tyres are now in this. You can get away with driving more aggressive. You can probably do more aggressive overtakes. Also, supposedly they've reduced the online contacts. So it's less of an impact when you get knocked by people. So that could help drive more aggressive, maybe. I didn't watch F1 yesterday. I went to bed at like 7 p.m. Although it wasn't the race at like 9. Well, I don't know. I was watching the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I had on in the background every now and again, so I watched the support race for that. I watched the F1 Academy, the Formula W series with F4. That was really good actually, and I enjoyed that. Like they're constantly crashing, but it was like iRacing, and it's just yeah, it's good. It was just good fun. It's like entertaining, and I think that's what you need. They need to do an F1 Academy, but like it's so you know they had W series, and that's now F1 Academy. They need to do a P series, and it's for poor people. So you've got a series that's to get more women into motorsport and to sort of redistribute the gender equality. But yeah, they need a P series to get more poor people in. And that P series can be half poor women and half poor men. And then basically, in order to be able to enter P series, you're not allowed to earn over, I don't know, 200,000 a year. And you're not allowed to have a house that's worth over £500,000 or something. So you know, it's still not poor, but it's like, do you know what I mean? And then you can get into it through sim racing or through go-karting. You know, there's feeder ways into it, basically. So you're not allowed to get into it if you could otherwise pay for a seat in GB4. Yeah. So oh, look at the wheel. That's good wheel physics. Look at that. Oh, I see the puddle. Ah, I just went straight through it. Look at the wheel. Oh, it's gone. That's actually really cool. Nice wheel physics. Reminds me of the tyres in Counter-Strike Source when that first came out. Was it CSGO? CSGO first launched with Dust 2. Yeah, it had like a tyre that would roll down the hill. It looked really good. If 200k was put, wow, it is relative to motorsports. So median income in the UK is like £30,000 or something now, £27,000. I don't know, it's not much. Household income in the UK is generally around about 70k, which again is not much, really, on the grand scheme of things. Like, I don't make a huge amount of money. I make enough to like pay my bills, save a little bit, and you know, so I'm totally happy. But being around marketing stuff and business stuff, it's like £500,000 is nothing for a lot of people. £100,000 gone in a week, it's nothing. I'm still really frugal. Like, to me, £5 is a lot of money. £5 to me is like insane. Like, even £10, £5, £10, it's a lot. Like, I won't buy like tea and coffee out and stuff because it's too expensive. It's just crazy. Loads of money. What's going on here with the track? Why is it like... Oh, is this like the because we're not there with our car, so it's updating the reflection slower? Surely you could. Oh, I don't know actually. I was gonna say you could fade between the modes, but.
One to go. Next time by, line up on the left side. Pit road is closed. No sign of this rain stopping.
I didn't see it.
You're on a wet tyre.
Hang on, why mine first? What's going on?
Field is 2,486. Keep it clean.
Hello?
Yesterday would hurt our points a lot.
Hello.
Why mine?
Good day, sir.
Why am I in first place? I don't know what I'm doing.
Try not to die.
Do you want to go single file for the start? We'll go single file for the start, guys. I'll probably crash, so sorry if I ruin the race for everyone behind me. I do not know. I don't know why he's put me in second place. I'm the worst.
Catch the pace car. Get ready. Going green.
The red line is for the horizon.
The pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green. Pit road's open. The next car's the leader.
Bloody hell. I'm staring at the road. I don't hate iRacing. Oh, but there's a swimming pool there. Oh, watch out for the swimming pools.
There's an incident behind.
So close to running out of track now. thought there was a car driving into me, but it was a reflection of a tree. Bloody hell. So counter steering wouldn't have caught that.
About 5 laps of fuel left. There's an incident behind.
Oh, I'm in the wall.
You got a slow car on the left. Car stops on the left. The leader's fitting now.
I guess there's a big puddle there. No keys today. Oh my god, we've got 3 laps of this. I am, because if you've got to see where the puddles are.
laps to go.
That doesn't make any sense. Can't be on. Can't be
The
on.
pace car is out of control.
Yeah, see, like, unless
You're
you,
back in second.
you just have to know where the puddles are. There's a huge puddle on that corner. Can't be on. Did exactly what I did. Thanks for following Racing Hood Driver. Le Mans is worth buying. Yeah, good fun. I don't have an affiliate link for it though, so I won't get it. That looks like a car doing a dive bomb in the mirror. It's just a reflection of the trees. Gee, bloody hell. Martin, that's life. Just think how channel members of this place feel. Yeah, I wouldn't do this in real life. I mean, it would and it wouldn't. If you're racing for a GT3 team, I'd do this 100%. If it was my own car and my own money, no. I would drive a GT3 car in these conditions. GT3 cars are well safe, like way safer than mountain biking or skiing. But yeah, for the cost component of it, you'd have to be part of a team where it doesn't matter if you crash. Well, it does matter, but you know what I mean? It doesn't... You're not going to be end up bankrupt. Surprisingly, despite being an amazing YouTuber, I couldn't afford to have to replace £270,000 worth of car. Even the insurance premiums would be like multiple thousands. Just the entry fee for this sort of thing is like 40,000. So you've already spent your money. You might as well crash, get your value from it. Buy more merch. I know, 100%. Like if I had more money, I would do more. I'd do some real race driving stuff and film it all, and make videos explaining why real cars are not as hard as people think. And then I'd drive into a tree and die.
Car right. Keep to the left.
Not sure where he's going.
Clear on the right.
You don't have to copy me by driving on the grass.
Thought you were showing me the line.
I don't know what line I'm doing. I'm just going where the car takes me. This is a hostage situation.
Left side.
How come your car's so fast?
Clear on the left.
Are you a different class?
Yeah, these Ferraris just have more straight line speed.
Bloody hell, it's well quick. He's gone! It's like you activated warp speed. That's well funny.
The leader's fitting now.
Watch out in the final corner, it's messed up.
White flag this time. Slow
I
car
told
ahead.
you!
Go right. There's an
I
incident
told
ahead.
you! It's stupid!
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
If you fart in your chair, the car rotates. I mean, I even gave him a warning, guys. I even gave him a warning. I'm so nice. This is what happens. Even if you help people, they still end up spinning. I like the sound of the water. The difficulty with this is you can't tell if it's a dry patch or a very deep puddle. Like, it could be either. So you drive on a bit of track thinking, oh, understeer. Ooh, you're driving a bit of track thinking, that's a nice dry bit. And it's like, I know it's a puddle. And then you're dead. They should make the puddles red and the dry bits green. Just to make it a bit easier. Whoa. Stay center, stay center. Well, it is supposed to be like totally waterlogged. I think you do need to make it over the top in a game because the game's 2D, and the way you see what rain and stuff in real life is a lot easier due to contrast and depth perception and things. So I think you have to make it over top in games. I don't know if we could turn the reflections off in the mirror though. Probably save on some performance. Oh no! I'm so. Ah!
Car on your left. Clear. The car behind has gone off.
Bloody hell! Everyone's attacking us. Jesus Christ!
That's all good. It was bound to happen sometime.
I mean, this is a nightmare. It's a good takedown. P1's bloody quick. He's 20 seconds ahead of us. I think you do just have to know, don't you, which parts of the track you can push on. That would be quite interesting, publishing a wet line guide. Make a book called Dry Line, Wet Line. And it shows the racing lines through the corners and the tracks. It'd be well expensive. You'd have to license the track stuff.
have 2 laps of fuel
We've
left.
actually managed to get through this. Well, not quite. Got a castle on the hill. Looks nice this weather, like with a bit of yeah, Rangers looks quite nice, quite cosy. I find this sort of weather quite enjoyable myself, like it's comforting. Maybe that's a British thing. When I lived in France and it was raining, I'd be like, oh, I'm going outside in the rain. They're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, oh, I like it. I've never driven in the rain myself in real life. Cycled a lot in the rain. That's about it. Woo! That went alright.
Checkered flag, checkered flag.
Wurst
Good job.
statt
Very good job.
nicht. Auf Bemitters Vulvelust achten. Pay attention to loss of liquid. Überholen nur links. No overtaking on the right. Overtake on the left side. Überholen. Super. So it's super something. What's Holland? Super speed? Move? Super move on the right. Is that overtake in German? Translates to super move? Super move! I think Holland is like lift, move. The if you were to literally translate it. Golden Stiver und Stivuzo. Track is subject to local traffic and licensing acts. Okay. Super move, 100 points. Vorsicht. What would that mean? Stat nicht. Nicht. What you can and can't do? Do. Versicht. Vor. You can do and can't? Or attention? What could that mean? Vorsicht stat nicht sicht. Naschicht. Okay and not okay. I need a literal translation here. Right. What does Vorsicht stat Nachsicht mean? Caution instead of lenination. Okay, caution instead. What? Caution instead something. I'll make better safe than sorry. It would be... better safe than sorry, maybe? No. Better safe than sorry in German is Vorsicht ist besser als Nachsicht. What does Nachsicht mean? Like, what is that? That doesn't translate literally. Nachsicht. Oh, I don't know. German's crazy language. Didi goes on holiday. Hang on. Indulgence. What? What? Don't think this word exists in English directly. Lenience, forbearance, indulgence, or patience. Clemency or understanding. So something understanding. Yeah, all the Germans are asleep. They'll be awake soon. They'll wake up at 5 a.m. their time. They're all like, it is the morning and we will go for ein walk. Time to go for the walk of 16,000 miles in the morning. Breathe in the fresh air. Oh. I feel like I'm a bit German though. You can't beat a good morning walk. That was all right. Oh, there's people who bought the Ferrari challenge. Lunatics. What else is there? Oh my god. There was something I was going to set up. Am I British? Apparently. I didn't want to be. Where's the Super Formula Light? I wanted to try the Super Formula Light. Oh man, I'm wrecked. Super Formula Lights, here we go. What track can we test this on? Oh, let's do Silverstone because I know that. I know. We've just had weird insomnia recently. I'm going to set up this Super Formula, force feedback here. I need some more tea or coffee or something. Yeah. Oh, what does this need configuring? Okay. How's everyone doing in chat?
You're on a wet tyre.
Why am I on a wet tyre? I don't want to be on a wet tyre. You put me on a wet tyre. I'll put you on a wet tyre. Imagine being on a wet tyre. Oh dear, what a wet tyre. You're a wet tyre. Your face is a wet tyre. Right, let's try this out. Hang on, maybe my wheel base is on weaker. Everything just seems weaker. No, this is 100%. 100%. Oh, this is on week. Oh, fair enough. You've got strong. You do. That does actually happen. You do actually build up strength for, obviously, when you do stuff. Oh, cold tires. Well, there was no way of avoiding that. Marvin's force feedback, yeah, just gets nice feeling force feedback from the sim. Hello, Pan ID. I think it just takes it from the telemetry, but it might also take it from the game's force feedback. I think it's a mixture of both. I'm not sure how it works, but it works. That's all that matters. The problem with iRacing is you can't. That sort of slip that we got there, you can't just counter steer it, which is a massive. That's the big. I mean, it's cold tyres, but still. You should just be able to counter steer, but you can't. It's really weird. You just download it and run it and then turn off the... turn it off. I watched some of it, yeah. I had it on in the background. Do I need a setup on this car? Feels terrible. Ah, dear. Here we go. I had a Spa setup on, it's probably lower. Spa's low downforce setup track, isn't it? Or is it not? I think it's medium, isn't it? I'm not sure. I don't know. Hello, thanks for subscribing. Hello, Beatster. Carlo, thank you. Welcome. Much higher downforce setup. Yeah, they've added better rendering for dividing the screen up into different zones, so it doesn't need to render the whole screen at full resolution, which is quite a significant for VR headsets. Quite a big thing. I need some adrenaline. My brain is off. I'm struggling to concentrate. Whoa, that's a new...
Slow down. You got a penalty? We're cutting
Got a
the
broken
course.
spine from driving over a sausage. I've had one crash, nothing too crazy now. It's hard to know what the solution could be. It should be alright. iRacing crashing is normally down to the CPU rather than the GPU. Or like the install. It's a bit weird, iRacing. It's just strange. The way it crashes is strange. R-Factor 2 and LMU's a bit like that. Hang on, is that my all-time best lap? Oh, we can beat that. What was it? It does, yeah. It's same as like IRFFB. You can just dial things in better. It's basically still iRacing force feedback, but you can add in some extra forces that allow you to preemptively counter-steer before the tyres go over the limit. So the seat of the pants force. No catching that. Yeah, give it a go. It's just free. Just download it, slap it on, try it out. That's the thing with Sims stuff is I think it's like anything. Just mess around with things. just dick around with things. So that's the point of life. The whole point of life is to dick around. Nothing to lose, really. Well, you lose your time. And some would say time is the only thing of value. But better caution before regrets. Thank you. That makes sense. Thought it was something like that. I like how in German it translates to like a fable. Better caution before the... Nah, but that. I would say regrets and then better regrets than nothing at all. Better to have... Well, it depends, doesn't it? Like, regret... Some people would say regrets are universally a bad thing, but, like, if you don't... You're going to have regrets if you do stuff that you dislike. Although his regrets, philosophically, is a regret is a post-action... Like, it's an irrational thing to have. So, like... You're choosing to have regret, aren't you? Like, it's... You don't need to have regret. So, there's stuff that I've done that was bad. But then... Like, I broke my back and stuff when I was a teenager, and so I'm in chronic pain all the time. Not that bad now, fortunately. But, like, that's part of the reason why I have a lot of sleep issues and some other issues. But I don't really regret it, because it is what it is. I mean, it would have been better not to have snapped my spine in half, but... You're like... Regret... To have regret, you have to think about the thing that you then regret. But then also you learn about it. So like, I don't know, like a lot of people regret that they never approached a girl or something, right? But then you learn from it and then you use that to then remember, you're like, oh, well, that was a missed opportunity, so I'll make sure not to make that mistake again. It's not really regret, is it? It's like learning. So regret is like putting a negative framing on an experience that you learn from, if you see what I mean. So the term regret, though I can totally understand, obviously, that you could have like an emotive, you can have a feeling where you're like, oh, I regret that at that point, but then that's, yeah, it's irrational. It's not productive. So if you do feel really bad with a lot of regret, you could actually go to yourself, well, hang on. It's if you dwell on it. That's the problem. So yeah, the assumption that regret is inherently a negative emotion, I think, is a bit problematic. So I don't think it necessarily is. I think it. Yeah, it's interesting that actually. Hello, Evil Tech. I haven't really thought about it that much. I guess if you have something that happens and then something changes and then you're like, oh, well, that's a shame. So that's regret. But then you can't do anything about it. So it's like, well, yeah, and there's lots of stupid shit in the world. So you're just like, well, it is what it is. It's the meaning of life. No regrets. Yeah, it's interesting. Because also, so like, well, for example, like with me with certain historical women, there's girls that I could have got with. I didn't know they liked me at the time, and they're really good. They're really nice, and then we could have got together, and I probably would have ended up with them. But on reflection, now I wouldn't want the relationship that I would have ended up having with them. So. In one period of time, I definitely would have regretted. I'd have been like, oh, I regret that nothing ever happened because it could have been nice or whatever. But actually, with even more time, it's like, oh, actually, no, I'm really glad that didn't happen. Hello, Lentillion. We're talking about regrets. Talking about regrets. Lentillion is now here to... What? Was he playing Trackmania? We need this music. A bit sleepy today. Lentillion, sexy guy. He builds Trackmania tracks to impress the ladies. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, guys, those of you who just joined us, we were talking about regrets. Oh, I might play some LMU later. We're saying how regret is an interesting concept in that philosophically it doesn't necessarily make sense. Like, you could regret not doing something, but at the end of the day you can't change the past, so it actually doesn't make sense to dwell on regret. So if you're being truly rational and stoic, regret is not a negative emotion, it's just a learning experience. Whereas if you're not stoic, regret is something to dwell on and be sad about. So you can see it both ways. I think you can argue it both ways. I regret having ever seen Lentillion online. Yeah, well, that's it. Say, like, regret is... because it could be that regret is a specific emotion that's an emotive way to help you remember to not do the same dumb thing, right? So we're saying I like smashed my spine, and so I have a lot of... it's not bad, actually, at the moment. Recently it's been all right, actually. But it still affects, like, sleep and comfort and things. But for years I had really bad back pain, right? And... so I'd regret that I broke my back. That was regretful. But at the same time, I'd be like, well, it happened. Once it's happened, I can't do anything about it. So there's no more worry about it. Like, it's not really regret. But it would make me be more careful about doing stuff that's potentially going to paralyse me, right? So, like, I quite want to do glider flying, but I really would consider it more and the risks. Or when I do mountain biking and things now, I'm a little bit more careful. Not always, because sometimes I'm stupid and I forget, but generally speaking, so that's the learning value. And so it's that. But yeah, I think the emotion of regret, there is a specific emotion that's separate to a rational understanding that you can define as regret. And so, but then I don't think, but the thing with emotions is they're not necessarily positive or negative. Like, culturally, emotions are interpreted positively and negatively, certain emotions, but actually they're not negative or positive. It's just a feeling, right? It's not a positive or negative feeling. It just is what it is, right? So that could itself be, you could even frame regret as a positive. It's like, oh, I've really learnt from that. Because I remember that quite precisely. So that's maybe it's regretful, but it's actually a really powerful and important learning moment. And then you can, and the stronger the regret, the more grateful you could be for that. And then the key thing would be is to go, right, I'm going to learn from that. Like, my emotions have told me that I should not do the thing that's caused that emotional regret. So you learn from it. I think so. The problem is people that have regret, but that don't apply the learning experience from the regret. That's the issue. And then I think a lot of people are trapped into ways of doing things, and so they're not in a position to learn from their regret or take action. And that's why regret then becomes a very negative emotion. So yeah, but that's what I say. Like, for a few years, I regretted not having approached a friend of mine that she really liked me, I liked her. For a few years, I really regretted it that I didn't. But like now, or like quite a few years back, on reflection, I didn't really regret it at all. Like, actually, it's better that we never got together. So, you know, it's yeah, it's interesting. It's not something I thought about too much. Freudan, you're just thankful to be alive. Well, I wish you weren't. And enjoy my hobbies without alcohol addiction and going for a bit. What, did you have alcohol addiction? Beautiful motorcycle ride. Well, you're going to regret that when you end up in a tree. Yeah. Rock bands is good. Loose women, not so much. You can't believe you survived.
You got a penalty? We're cutting the cord.
I think the alcohol thing, I'm not sure if I won't talk about it too much, because some people, when you talk about it, it reminds them of alcohol. and they don't expect that from a sim stream. But I do think the alcohol thing is really it's really difficult. I can totally see how so many people get drawn into alcoholism. I mean, I 100%. I think I would be an alcoholic easily if. Fortunately, alcohol makes me ill very quickly, so I can't drink it if I wanted to. I get really sick straight away. It's like, I don't know if it's an alcohol allergy, but it makes my chronic fatigue stuff and stomach issues, and it just makes me sick really fast. Like, most people get a hangover after drinking like 5 pints of beer or something. If I have a quarter of a pint of beer, I'll have a hangover. I'll feel really bad the next day. If I'm not even feeling drunk at all, I'll feel terrible. And then if I have any more, I'll be quite sick. But yeah, no, I can totally see how. I was thinking about this the other day when I was making a cup of tea. I was like, oh, I can really see how, if you're quite a high anxiety person at times, being able to have a substance that then makes you not care, and that can be quite a pleasant experience. Like, you can just be like, oh, I'm here. And for a lot of people, that's what alcohol does. It just means that they don't care, and they kind of can just be more neutral, and in a sense, like almost a more relaxed state for a lot of people. And that's, for people that can't get that, I can see why that can be really, really addictive. And yeah. But yeah, it's a shame the whole culture surrounding it, though, and the way that it's just accepted. I mean, we've ranted about this a lot in the past. I really don't like British drink culture, and just the acceptance of, the weird acceptance of alcoholism, but not of other substances. And I'm actually myself, I'm very I'm sort of anti-drugs, like on myself. I don't care what other people do, but I'm not into drugs at all. Like, I just don't like the idea. So it's just weird to me when you've got certain arbitrarily accepted substances. It's very strange. Yeah, the alcohol thing. What's weird with alcohol as well is, like, as a party drug, it's like, so I think what it is, I underestimated how much social anxiety I think a lot of people have, and a lot of people lack basic comfort in themselves. Like, they're really high on edge. A lot of people are so on edge for no reason. Like, it's entirely fabricated, probably due to, like, British culture being terrible, and lack of socialising and lack of community and things. But yeah, a lot of people are just so on edge and find it so hard to be themselves, and so they need to drink to be able to talk to people. But then on the other side of it as well, a lot of people as well are really, really uncomfortable with silence in conversation, or just being sat around people with no one talking or something, or them not being able to think of something to talk about. Like, a lot of people, that is really, really, really stressful for them. They would rather have someone talking total bollocks than everyone just sat around just not talking, right? And that's weird. It's like, what? It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to be talking to someone. You can be just... So you will notice the people that you're more comfortable with, or normally, you'll be happy. Like, if I'm with my like, good friends, or like with my family and stuff, if I'm hanging around with my sister, we could be like having a cup of coffee in the park or something. I don't need to talk. She doesn't really want to talk to me because she hates me. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't... When you're comfortable with someone, it's like if you're in a good relationship with someone, you don't feel like, oh God, I need to talk, they need to talk, we need to break the silence. You can just enjoy the moment. I think that's a Western problem. Not being able to just enjoy, feel comfortable in quietness. People need to be taught that, though, I think, as well. Just, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Like, the other person doesn't hate you because they're not talking to you, or they're not talking. It doesn't matter. And even if they did hate you, it'd be funny, so... You had a good time though. The ability to go by yourself and everyone's friend. Yeah. I guess it's that. Maybe that's a confidence thing. I don't know. It's weird. People have anxieties in different areas, which is strange as well. So like, and also it's totally irrational. So it is very strange. The pub was your friend at 15. Well, that's brutal though. A foster care system and how that can affect your framing of like self-worth, and you know, you could feel like the only reason someone's doing something is because they have to, because it's their job. So you from a very young age, I think you end up having a very cynical view on people's motivations, and it might be a correct view in many ways. to be fair, probably is quite a correct view in a lot of cases, but you know, not all the time, and that's the thing. And then being able to, yeah, being able to identify when someone's genuine and not genuine, be really hard. You're a big kid for your age. Well, I've never grown up. I've not had any problem with that. I know what you mean now. What I think's really weird is things that when you're younger you think are adult and mature. As you grow up, they seem more and more childish. So like alcohol and drinking to me seem really infantile. Like just the whole thing, like go to a building with a bunch of people and have a drink. It's just really, compared to going climbing or doing an activity or meeting up with people that speak different languages and stuff, and you know, or playing a game, even playing games with people, right? Is ironically people go, oh, games are childish, and it's like, well, actually, if you're all aware that you're playing a game and you're talking and you're having a good time with people, that's probably the least childish thing, in a negative term, childish thing that you could be doing. Ironically, so the things that people ascribe to being adult are often incredibly infantile and based on a poor emotional regulation, right? That is childish. Being childish is unable to do what you actually want to be doing because you're unable to regulate your emotions. So you then have to go for substances or situations external to forcibly regulate your emotions. Well, that's being a child. So it's really weird. Yeah. Lentinian, how's the R21 been? Yeah, we're still on it. I think it's all right. Yeah, it's a nice little upgrade from the R12. To be honest, it's perfectly fine, nice and smooth. Same as like all the DDs, really. You know, does the job. It's a little bit more refined than the R12, fractionally smoother, a little bit more punchy with the force feedback. Like there's a little bit more sort of heft kind of feeling to the force feedback. Yeah, so you can't. This is the crucial thing in iRacing.
They say you cut the cord. You'll have to slow down.
You can't pull the car out of oversteer with countersteer unless you're in oversteer that's effectively under the limit, which is weird. That's the crux of the big physics issue in iRacing. So you can have oversteer that's like on braking. Like we've got oversteer going through this corner, oversteer going through this corner. There's a little bit of oversteer on the throttle. There's a bit of oversteer, but it's all oversteer that's well within the happy amount of the general slip in the tyre, right? It's good oversteer. Like that's productive grip oversteer, like good, like a few degrees of slip, fantastic. But if you get like larger oversteer, where you need to be able to pull the car back because all four wheels have got into slip, it doesn't allow it. It doesn't respond to it. We need to try the GT3 in the dry with these settings, get the settings on here. The thing is, I think what happens is when you get larger oversteer like that, people then think that do iRacing, they go, oh, I've overdriven and I've lost the car anyway, so that's why I wasn't able to catch it, because I went in too hard. And so let's make the steering faster as well. Yeah, but over the limit, you can still counter steer a car over the limit. Like, also, well, yeah, it depends how you get into a conversation of semantics of limit and what the limit is. But, yeah, if you go well past a tyre or you're fully locked up, you know, there's going to be a point where you can't catch it. Hello, 3-pack. Yeah, we got quite early today. Went to bed early, though, as well. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I've learned how to play iRacing quite well, and I do find it quite relaxing driving in that preemptive way. And it has made me better at some other stuff, because you can, if you learn how to preemptively drive or focus on that skill, it makes it easier when you come to doing reactive driving, because you can then, you're more prepared for the reactive moment. Or you force yourself to pay attention to you force yourself to pay attention to the state of the car before you need to be reactive. So you see, that was from the throttle, right? And it's the same on the throttle. So we've turned in, tyres are warm. It doesn't respond to the counter steer at all. I mean, let's do the F4 car, actually, with the tweaks they've done to the F4 car, because this car still has the old tyres on it. The thing is, the F4 car is a bit sloppy as a car, so it's hard to... it's not particularly a peaky car. The F4 car supposedly had its tyres tweaked, and it is more controllable. I've not actually tried it that much. We tried it at Laguna Seca. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, you kind of have to raise stuff to really, with more sloppy cars. I think it's a mild improvement. It's a bigger improvement with the F4 car from what I've seen than it is with the GT3s. I still don't think you can counter steer naturally though. That's the thing. We'll try it on this track actually. I think the fundamental physics is still the same. It's just like the grip curve of the tyres has changed. But yeah, I think it probably will be better for most people. Let's try this. I definitely, I think more generally. Well, there's a balance, isn't there? Because I don't like AMS2 at all, and that's super easy and sloppy and slidey. That's so slidey, but I think to me that becomes boring to drive. So there's a balance. Where that balance is going to be quite difficult to really define. That would be nice, Noggin, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I don't know if we could just if we could.
The pace car is out of control.
This is on cold tyres, but could we just snap counter steer that? Thanks for subscribing. So the cold tyres are still super brutal. Like, that would just be a snap counter steer, but it doesn't. Let's turn off the steering effects. On throttle, I think it's more forgiving, but off throttle, it's still. Chronic understeer. Yeah, I did say that in that video, because the hope is that someone else tries to make it work for other Sims. Glorious video. See, now the tyres are warm. We're not really getting into the slip though, now the tyres are warm, so it feels like we're well within the limit regardless. The difficulty is, so iRacing is not as snappy as AC1, AMS1 or LMU. So it's not like you're just floating, you're not really catching the snap oversteer, right? You're just floating through the corner. Just race, Jack. Don't worry about it. The rookie doesn't mean anything. It's just how many corners you've driven without incident. Just play the game. Just play the game. Don't worry about it. Just it's a video game. Just do what you feel like doing. I rating and safety rating are just random numbers, basically. Thanks, Floyd, Dan. You should. So basically, I rating really basically just means you've hot lapped, so you've got a certain lap time, and then you've not raced people, and you keep doing races and finishing races ahead of most people, which is all mostly from hot lapping. And then safety rating is that you've just not raced people or got close to people. So as a result, you've not had any contacts. So just drive. You'll get better. The more you do stuff, the better you'll get. And if you keep hitting into people and you're losing safety rate, and then think, oh, maybe I need to give more space,
The pace car is out of control.
There's so much. It's a big problem in sim racing that you have people going, "Oh, I'm not." You have people going, it's the kind of thing of acting as if it's real cars. It's like it's not. If in real life, if you are super duper rich in real life and you do real driving, your daddy buys you access to a racetrack, gives you infinite number of tyres, and you've got some multiple chassis, and you just keep driving until you get good. Sure, you might get some coaching, you'd identify what you can do better or worse, but you just keep doing it. It's like if you're learning an instrument.
The pace car is out of control.
Gargle some water. Thank you for following. If you're learning an instrument, right, you have lessons to get pointers for if you're making massive mistakes, or you just watch YouTube videos to get ideas. But ultimately, if you just sit there playing your guitar for hours on end every day, thinking about what you're doing, you'll probably become a bit better guitar player than someone that plays for like 10 minutes a day, 3 days a week, and then has a lesson, and then, or someone that just studies guitar non-stop but doesn't actually practice. So I just do it. The more you do something, the better you get at it. And also just enjoy learning, enjoy doing it. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy getting stuck and then being stuck for ages and then suddenly getting better. I'm not saying don't look at guys. Enjoy watching YouTube video guys. Watch like Swolio, Driver 69, Driver 61. Watch their stuff. What's his bloody name? The British guy. His videos drive me mental. He's a really nice guy though, but his videos are annoying. Danny Lee, Christ almighty, his videos really wind me up, but he's a really nice person. Watch his videos. Yeah, but his videos, they totally like rub me the wrong way, just like the British accent thing. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well. I benefit from it, so I'm a total hypocrite. He's a really nice guy though. Annoyingly, I mean, I really want to dislike him. I can't remember where I've like bumped into him at a few things. Enjoying sim racing? Are you crazy? I know it's an illegal concept. They've made this car. The adjustments they've made to make the cars more forgiving seems to have made them also much more understeery, which is weird. It's interesting. Maybe it is partly like with LMU, rebalancing where the weight of the car is. So if the weight of the car is further... If the weight of the car is further forwards... then you get more neutral slides. Was it if it's further backwards? I can't remember. But you think if the weight is further backwards, you get more understeer. But I guess that would make it more neutrally slidey, I guess. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how the weight and angle of the weight and stuff of cars and how it affects the handling is not intuitive to me. Yeah, like AC1's got much more realistic handling than a lot of sims, and it makes the driving a lot more pleasurable, and it allows you to focus more on the racing, and it's just more enjoyable car control. It's a little AC1's a bit simple, but
Lap of the session.
and his suspension's not good. But it definitely would make for harder racing. It's harder to then be super precise. Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah, I mean, why are we more oversteery on the braking there? It's really weird. It's not my brake sensitivity is too sensitive as well. Oh well. I mean, generally you do want to brake in a straight line. I mean, the thing is the fact of the matter is, you can set up real world cars totally mental as well. What is snaps on brake? Has a braking snap oversteer. It's if the front tyres aren't warm. What if the front tyres have started slipping? It doesn't do it. The thing is, in real life, there's so much that setups can do, right? And this is why you have even in series with fixed cars, you know, like F2, F3, F4, you know, single make series. You still have teams that are the sort of really regarded teams that do better, right? And drivers pay more to be in those teams, right? And you have different. You can, if you're doing stuff privately, you can pay for companies to support you, right? And you pay more for a company that gets better results. And the reason they get better results is because that company or team, they have more experience of car setup and getting the most out of the car on a given track, right? Which you would think, oh, hang on, but surely everyone has got the same stuff, so it should be pretty obvious what the best setup is. But like, it's so complicated that there's a margin for so much margin for performance, even with the same car. I mean, obviously as well, the team would be, you know, they'd be able to identify the skill level of their driver, and a more skilled driver will be able to have a car that's set up that's more loose, and which will allow more pace. So that'll be there'll be a lot to it than just the actual car setup and setups I've got. But yeah, well, that's different. Yeah, the different driver style thing. Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a shame that those things are not covered in bloody Formula 1 that well. Like, it's the part of Formula 1 and motorsport that's really fascinating. And when it comes to like football, golf, cricket, whatever, they do that kind of analysis for those sports. They do that, but for motorsport, they like keep it super dumb. But part of it is because the teams aren't allowed to say exactly what they're doing because they'll lose their advantage. And so, like, I have been around like race team garages in GT, Formula E and stuff, and they're not everything's secret. It's like, oh, you can't film this, can't film that, can't see this, can't do that, can't talk about that. I was doing some stuff with Formula E, like some sponsored videos and things. It was really good fun and really great, right? But I wanted to do. We had access to the teams, like really close access to the teams, and the interesting video I wanted to make you just couldn't make it, like, because I'm not knocking. I'm like, it's just a reality of motorsport. So this would apply to all of it. Like, obviously a team is not going to want to give away any competitive edge, are they? So it's totally understandable. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it really, unfortunately, it hampers the media coverage of stuff that I think would be really interesting. And this will apply to sim racing as well, like with esports teams. They're not going to give away. They're not going to tell you, you know, what exactly they're doing and why, because another esports team will be like, oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, I don't think it is too complicated though. I think because you can make anything is potentially very complicated. Really.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel left.
It just depends how you explain it. That's funny, with every Formula 1 race, they're like, these are the soft tyres, these are the hard tyres. This is DRS. It's like, oh, okay. You know. I think Formula 1's particularly bad for it. I think other race series are actually a bit better. Like, why is this car so much slower than it used to be? Is it set up, or have they made the F4 car slower? Well, I just got worse. It's getting stuck on braking in oversteer. It's like it's got more. I mean, you can counter steer it. I don't remember the F4 car ever doing that before, though. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. The frame rate was just due to the number of cars. Oh, hang on. I didn't change my wheel settings back, did I? I know I did. What's going on? No, it's not. The frame rate problems were just in week 13. There's a lot of cars on the tracks and the wet. Maybe you need a higher brake bias. Maybe my brake bias is just too far backwards and that's causing the rear to lock up. It's possible. Yeah, well, also the grids. In week 13, they have more cars and they also have more different cars. And iRacing has a lot worse performance when there's lots of different cars in the same race, if that makes sense. You studied? Nice. Good studying. Oh yeah, moving the brake bias further forwards has helped, actually. I think the rears were just going over. That's interesting. So previously, you could run this car at like 55, 54, and it wouldn't do that. But you get less oversteer as well. It could also be the setup, like, you know, obviously how much downforce you have is going to affect. See, Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker. We'll try GT3 in a minute on this track. Yeah, well, quad view rendering will basically half the rendering load, so that's good. VR really benefits from that. We're kind of just trying out this car on this track. Nothing on schedule. I just know Silverstone, and it's got a good range of corners at different speeds that are long corners, so we can get a good feel. It's such a shame that it's so expensive to do real stuff. Like, it'd be fun to go to Silverstone when they have the track like race car track days, and to just do F4 for a day. But it costs like two grand. £2,000 for an hour of driving. It's a lot of money. It's weird. It's more oversteery on braking, but then more understeery at the same time. And I can't breathe now. It's more slidey now, that MKK. It's less bitey now than it was before. Like, if you're under the limit, it slides around more now under the limit. It's got less initial bite. I'd say it's got less grip now. In some ways, yes, some ways no. Like, we're struggling to keep up with our previous Ghost. Our Ghost from last time we did Silverstone. It's way fast. Look at that. It's so much faster. mean, unless it's just lower fuel, I don't know. Well, I'll put a qualifying setup and see if that's why we're losing against our PB here. See what our lap time is here, then we'll take fuel out and have a look.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Right, that was a 2:05. 4 seconds slower than what we'd done before. Oh well. Right, let's try. This is a VRS setup race. Let's take the fuel out. Don't think it'll make that much difference. Woo! Ugh. Oh no, I sausaged it. That's not going to help for lap time.
For cutting the cord.
Let's just try the GT3 car. I mean, you know. Right, let's try a Ferrari around here. Is that the new one, 296 GT3? Was it the 488? Which is the new one? 296, yeah. Okay. Always forget. Useless information, one stream at a time. The wizard, woo! I'm a wizard. Oh man, I'm wrecked. Might have to have a break. Well started. The force feedback's super weak on the GT3s. Compared to how it used to be. Why is this so understeery? It's absurd. I'm going to try a different setup. This is so understeery. I think GT3 cars are really pitch sensitive and weird aero stuff with them. Cold tyres, cold tyres. Yeah, that initial snap on the braking was weird. Oh my goodness, the understeer. Oh, it's so mushy. I mean, maybe this setup, but like, it's ridiculous. Like, okay, you can't have it both ways. Either LMU or iRacing, one of them's got to be more realistic, right? I would wager that LMU is quite a bit more realistic, but like, they're so different in bite and like response. Like, this is so sloppy, it's insane. It's like driving on worn out tyres or something. Yeah, this is why we need a Marvin's app for LMU, because LMU with good force feedback would be really nice. What is this? Like, what is this? I've been around this track in real life in a GT4 car, and on road tyres I had more. It didn't seem as bad as this. Bloody hell. I mean, maybe this setup is just terrible. No, but you can, if you're understeering in a car, you can compare the, you might understeer at different speeds, you might have a different amount of grips, a different amount of grip, but the sort of rotational bite of a vehicle versus just ploughing through a corner, you can compare. It's not just about the speed that you're going around the track. It's also about like the balance of the vehicle.
New fast flat for you.
I hope this is just a garbage setup. Force feedback's alright though, to be honest. It's painful. It's actually painful. It's like it's just terrible, that. It must be the setup. It's a fixed setup, but yeah, the Porsche I didn't find as bad. This is weird. It's like the SR10 in iRacing is like really weirdly understeering. Oh, we go. Look, low downforce endurance. Let's try that. Failed tech. Oh no, why has it failed the tech? Oh. I mean, actually, it yeah, the thing is now, if you move the brake bias backwards, you just it used to be much more effective. So use the high downforce one. Okay. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is the GT3 car with TC. I know it's cold tyres, but come on. We're not getting oversteer on the throttle here. Like, turn the TC down. Come on. How is it so understeer? Like, how has it not got the grip? Right, look, as I say, you're going to have to, if you were to drive this and LMU side by side, they do not drive at all like each other. Really. Like, nothing at all like each other. So, you would have to be like, well, hang on, why is that? So then, yeah, this has got the same... If you move the brake bias back, you can then get the situation where when you brake, it suddenly has like a mega turn-in. As if the brake bias was way too far back. Yeah, I prefer Formula cars. I don't know how people get so excited by GT3. Like, why, if you do a lot of sim racing, why would you go for GT3 over Formula cars? Why would you purposefully want a heavy, sluggish vehicle that's more drawn out with ABS and TC. Why would you? Obviously, it's popular because of the brands, but if you're a driver, but the competition's irrelevant if it's competition within something that no one's actually racing each other with. Yeah, but they're not racing, so it's not better racing. They're following each other around because they can't overtake each other. So it's not really better racing. It's like the whole TCR argument. It's like, wow, it's closer racing. It's like, well, not really. They just can't overtake. They're all close. Or Porsche Cup. It's just a convoy of vehicles because they all have to stay so narrowly within the limit of the tyres. That's not better racing. It's the illusion of better racing.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Because it's like the whole, oh, I'm close to another vehicle. But they're not actually racing. It's just, they might as well just be hot lapping separately. They're not interacting with each other that much in terms of pushing each other off the lines or 3 wide. You know, the most you can have is like 2 wide on most tracks, and even then you can't really do much of that. What? Yeah, it's bollocks. Like, it's bollocks. It's absolutely terrible. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's like, oh, well, okay, the tyre's lit up, but it's okay, I'll just come off the throttle and counter steer, but it doesn't do anything. it's insane. Like, it's right. They've actually made it worse because it's less snappy. Like, it's more vague, right, and more drawn out. So what they've done is they've just obfuscated the physics issue. But if you're actually driving up to the limit, it's there, but it's more like vague to get to it. So they've actually made it worse. And all the vast majority of people covering the tyre update are like, they've transformed it. They've made it so much better. It's like, they haven't. They haven't. You guys are literally just repeating the marketing material. They've just made it. They've just hidden the physics issue by making it more vague in general before you actually get to limit. The moment you're actually at the limit, the same issues there. All the same problems are there. Like the inability for the car to respond naturally to counter steer, snap counter steer, is still there. What is wrong with people that don't point this out? Why can't people be honest? Like, what do they just read the marketing and repeat it? And then they're unable to notice somehow. Like, I'm not that good of a driver. How come I can see this straight away? Yeah, I'd like to know exactly what they've done. Let's try the Porsche. I can see how it could be more forgiving for a lot of drivers that are always driving slightly under the limit. That's true, Tommy. Yeah, but that was never really the thing is, if you did that type of slide, you probably spun anyway. So the next 4 corners doesn't really matter because you've already lost like 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So why do you care? But yeah, fair enough. Which is the newer Porsche? Which is the new GT3? Is it this one? GT3 R992. Do you guys know which is the new one? I can never remember. That is it. Okay. Thanks for subscribing, Daniel. Let's turn off. It will turn off any like other stuff we've got turned on. Put high downforce on. High downforce sprint default setup. We'll assume that iRacing's default setups are not insane. Who knows? Normally a little bit understeery, but we've been driving this on the Nordschleife in the wet. What? Just like, yeah. Bit of a crazy assumption, but. What do you mean? Well, brake bias pressure, we're on 49. So you need to give the overall percentage. It's on the dash. Oh, okay. See, I don't know these things. I don't look at the dash. Yeah, it's a nice dash on the Porsche, actually. It's a good. I generally prefer Porsches, like myself, as a car, because they're normally. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I didn't counter steer it because normally in iRacing, if you counter steer that, you spin from counter steering. I know, cold tyres, cold tyres. Why is it? Right. I mean, obviously, we did downshift, but we warm the tires up, warm the tires up, warm the tires up. Warm the tires up. Cold tyres. Yeah, the thing is a lot of it will just be people memorising what they can and can't do because they're not driving reactively, and then once they memorise it, they'll be like, "Oh, it's fine." And so we know you've just memorised what you can and can't do. Which you do have to do that with everything to a degree, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like playing a video game and learning the level versus playing the level for the first time. The first time you play a level, if it's really badly designed, it's going to have random shit in it, and you'll be like, "Ah, this is terrible," and you can't do anything about it. But if you played the level 40 times, 100 times, you're like, "Well, it's no longer got random shit, and it's really enjoyable." It's like, well, you're playing the level for the first time, right? Is when you're first playing it, so that's when it's important. By the time you've learnt. You know, you've learnt it's a different thing. Yeah, in real cars, the cold slick tyres will obviously have lower grip, and they take a while to get into, into the optimal grip. And drivers will have to be careful. It's, you see people spinning coming out of the pit, or spinning out of corners on cold tyres. So, like, yeah, obviously they have to be careful, but the degree to which they tend to slop and slide, and the degree to which a driver has to be careful, the degree to which a driver can countersteer on cold tyres and the car still countersteers naturally, seem to be a bit weird. Also, you have a lot of people exaggerate the nature of cold tyres even up with real cars. Like, I have some friends that are very good drivers, and they're fine on the cold tyres. They start pushing immediately, right? Because they're good drivers, so they know they can countersteer anything. So they're like, oh, it's fine, like a lap and a half, 2 laps, but they're like just a little bit careful. It's not like, oh God, I'm gonna, they're not worried that the car's just gonna kill them on the cold tyres. They're just like, well, yeah, they're not gonna light the tyres up when they're at a tight angle. I fail to see how this update has actually fundamentally changed the physics, the crux of the driving in this sim. It is still underdrive, bobsled the car into the corner. It's not. It's mental. It is what it is. It's just not realistic. It's just not. It's fine. Anyway. I think people get update drunk. Yeah, that might have changed, but that might have been an issue, but that's not the bigger issue is getting in a slide in the first place. It's not naturally recoverable. I'm purposefully driving in iRacing way. I've been conditioned to drive iRacing in an iRacing way. It's really weird.
New fast flat for you.
Oh my goodness! Like, let's turn the TC down.
you
like
cut the cord. You'll
I
have to slow
purposefully
down
turned
and
into
give us
that
the time
too
gauge.
hard so that the rear would oversteer a bit, so that I'd then have to counter steer it. Like I jerked it in a bit here. Just I'm gonna try and drive now, like I would drive AC or LMU or something, or R Factor 2, or try my best. Try and delete iRacing mode. It's actually trying to attack. Well, first of all, when the tyres are cold, it's just mushy. So, I mean, you can absolutely it's just pure mush. Which is fine. Cold tyres, okay. Everything is so drawn out and sloppy in this. Like, why do more people not just call it out? I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. I don't understand. How on earth? Like, even in like ACC, which I hate, the cars still drive way more like they respond to counter steer, right? It's just boring and dull. I won't get to make money out of the iRacing user base. I think that's the crux of it. Guys, make sure to agree with the majority of people that will make you money. Pro tip. Paid actors. Well, I don't think people are paid actors, but like, I totally get it. You play the video game, you get used to it. It's the video game you're playing. But just, I don't get why people can't be honest. You could not play this, an LMU, an ACC, an AC1, and be like, you know, they're categorically, fundamentally, totally not the same in how you approach them. Like, it's not driving. This is not driving. It's some weird form of preemptive bobsledding. It's a form of driving. It might as well be like, this is different. This is different to like AC is a jet boat simulator would be, right? Or like go-karting compared to a full-size car. Still using a steering wheel and a pedal. The iRacing bobsled team. I'm pretty sure that's what. Maybe iRacers are all deep down bobsledders. They really they just love bobsledding. Right, I'm warming the tyres up here, and then I'm going to try and drive this. Actually, I'm going to try and drive this like I would want to drive a car in other simulators. Oh my god. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm pretty dead. The issue is that we're trying the new tyres here on this track, and it's blatantly apparent that iRacing has not actually changed whatsoever. I mean, the cars do handle slightly different, but the fundamental don't drive at the limit is exactly the same. Don't counter steer, hold your steering wheel in a fixed angle and bobsled through the corner. Right, are the tyres warm now, do you think, for us to actually drive like normally? Right, I mean, this is how you have to drive iRacing now. I'm driving it at the moment. And now, we're just going to spin immediately as soon as I try and drive this like a car. We won't do it on these corners. We'll go into these super duper smooth. Preemptive bobsled in here. No reactive no corrections on the steering at all. No corrections. This is iRacing. Right. Now let's drive now like a car. Like it's a car.
Flat for you.
Here we go. Just immediate chronic understeer from trying to get the nose to turn in. Okay. It's pushed immediately. Like, if you try and drive at the actual limit, it's off. It's like, look, I'm purposefully braking here to induce additional slip to take a tighter angle, and the car's like oscillating between it, and then here it's actually in more slip, and that's it. You're done. It's off. It just doesn't support you. Like, it's just not how a car drives. It's not about flooring it. It's like the back should, when you actually push a car, the back will start to rotate. And then as a driver, you snap counter steer it, right? If you're pushing aggressively, if you're driving aggressively, you'll do that and it'll snap quite quickly. It's how it drives in any sim that's actually realistic. It's, what's this? Porsche GT3R 992. Let's see. GT3 Cop. What's Actually, is this called a GT3 Cop? No, it's GT3R. Bloody sim race is ruining the internet here. Why is there so few footage? Yeah, I mean, look at this. What's this? This is from 3 years ago, so I'm not sure if this is a... this is the 911. Oh yeah, GT3R, right. Here we go. Every single corner, every single corner, he's constantly turning out of the corner to avoid. He's not just holding the wheel at a single angle. It's every corner he's doing little adjustments to like counter steer the car sliding. Like. I don't think he's even pushing that hard as well. There must be some other videos. No, the devs are aware of it. It's been like this forever. I mean, right, watch Morad's video of him driving the AMG GT3. Look at this. Right, just look at his inputs. It's just not it right. You obviously counter steer and you turn in a car that's hooked up. When it turns, it's hooked up, so the driver turns as much as they can before there's too much oversteer induced. Right? And you have a car that's going to be really hooked up, so as soon as you turn in, it's going to want to oversteer, and because tyres do not just turn off, you immediately can counter steer that, and you're like, okay, and then you're like trying to balance, right? That's how a car drives. It doesn't. You don't go. It's like, oh, there's right. I'm coming out. I'm balancing. The oversteer's coming. Oversteer's coming. Right, straightened up. Going into understeer through the corner. I'm all right at iRacing. Because you just memorise how to drive iRacing, but it's not anything to do with how you drive AC, LMU, or real cars. It's a different skill. It's just drive. It's just memorise the preemptive line and bobsled through the corner. But this is not a GT3 car that we're driving in iRacing. I don't know what it is. It doesn't drive like a car. It doesn't drive like a GT3 car. So I don't understand how, with a straight face, anybody's like, oh yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's so messed. Like, well, we'll load up LMU as well. It's not even close, iRacing. The approach is totally off. It's mental. It's actually mental. Like, Morad's video highlights it to such a degree that it's absurd. It's just bizarre how it's just not the same process in the slightest. Sure, you need to trail brake and you turn and you be smooth and you take the racing line and if you start getting a bit of slip, you can counter steer certain things. Yeah, you want to get on the power and you want to like not be in too much slip. Great, but that's like GPL from the 90s, right? That's it's so interesting how dishonest so many people are about iRacing, or either dishonest or willing to just completely ignore actual comparison with reality or with other simulators. It's really strange. It's quite disturbing, actually. Really, it's pretty disturbing. Right, let's do LMU here. Let's see what the oh well. Well, iRacing just need to completely rework their physics entirely, but they won't, will they? Because they've built wet track. They're really proud of this new GT3 update, and they've got money coming in, and there's so many people playing it that either are happy with it or think that it's realistic, that it's become a religion that you can't question. So, you know, so that it's not even in their interest to change it. It would actually be against their interest. Thomas, no, not really. But I hope that if I draw attention to it, maybe more people would. Maybe someone can do it. Yeah, the online racing's good. You can have fun online. You can do stuff. Yeah. No, I do like the online in iRacing. I don't mind it as a game. I just don't. I think it's just a bit weird how people give it such a free pass on its physics and just accept the claims that are made when it's just so dishonest. I think people it's worrying that people will just repeat the marketing material, and I guess they want to give it the benefit of the doubt. If you're critical, you go against a majority of people that's the most popular sim, you're going to lose a lot of money. Like if I only made positive iRacing videos, I could make between £8,000 and £30,000 more a year, probably £50,000. Like I could make a lot of money if I basically just recorded. So I do iRacing video, I just record the ones that I have that are good. I only say the positive stuff on it. I only talk about racecraft, driving mistakes, and I just use a bit of humour in it. And then I tie that in with equipment and how equipment helps you to drive. You are talking between £15,000 to £50,000 a year additional income that I could make, maybe even more, right? So I understand why people do that. Like it's a lot of money that you can make. As opposed to if you are, you know, if you're really critical of stuff, people aren't going to want to. They don't want to hear that you say, no, you know, they don't want to hear that you're pointing out that their game's not realistic, or you know. So I'd really like iRacing to be more realistic. Then I could make more money. Oh dear. Right, let's just try this Porsche GT3. I mean, LMU is quite nice though. Like even its current update. It's a shame they don't have Silverstone though. Let's do Interlagos. It's got like long corners. A Porsche. Hello, where's it? Porsche, right. Yeah, Spanish Inquisition of sim racing. Right, setup. Let's put what's his? Can we do a Coach Dave Academy setup? I don't know if these are good. Well, anyway, we'll straight on a default setup. Right, even on the cold tyres in the pit lane, look how that's still way more bitey. Getting on the throttle there, like how that it's like a mushy grip that you'd expect from a slick tyre, even a cold slick tyre. Like in iRacing, the car be going boop boop. The car be like, yeah. Right, so this is sloppy and the tyre's cold, but it's way more range, dynamic range to the tyre, even in the cold state. It's like depressingly understeery, but this is in the cold tyre state is behaving more like iRacing when iRacing tyres are warm. Like it's still oversteering on the throttle. When I push the throttle, the car is oversteering quite quickly, right? Like it's not even close. It's not even like you can't. How could you play iRacing and then load this up and then be like, oh yeah, no, iRacing makes sense? It's unfortunate that the force feedback's really not that good in this, but you can just tell the wheel inputs, right, are just instantly closer to the inputs that you see real drivers making. But that's what you'd expect to happen, right? If a simulator is similar to real life, when you drive it, you'll end up doing the same sort of steering inputs for the similar sorts of behaviour if you overdrive or underdrive, right? I mean, thank God for LMU. It's just... See, if you give it too much throttle, you just snap counter steer. What are people on when they play? Honestly, iRacing should be mocked so much for its atrocious physics. This is not new. This has been like AC handles like this in many ways, and AC came out in 2012. So what on earth is going on in iRacing land? And why am I seemingly the only bloody YouTuber that's directly, you know, like fairly critical about it and goes, look guys, it's not even close. It's not even like, oh yeah, one's similar. Anyway. Maybe we need to do an iRacing versus LMU video. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I would say the open wheel cars were a lot less stupid in iRacing, but they're still kind of the same. Downforce just hides its awful physics. Notice how we haven't just spun at all. Let's turn the TC off entirely. Like,
Lap 148.80.
ow. But you can see from my input the snap counter steers you do. If you overdrive, it's way more like we're not using any like special force feedback app. Maybe it's accidentally picked up the. Hang on a minute, it's accidentally using the force feedback, but you know. Get some merch in there. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Not with no, but I drive it in the original AC.
Lap 146.35.
The problem with LMU is there's good force feedback once you've gone over the limit, and there's good suspension and stuff, but there's no dynamic range to when you're actually on the limit. So you can't use the force feedback to know where the absolute productive limit is. You can use the force feedback to not spin and to catch the rear of the car, But there's no like, yeah, there's like no guide for where the actual load through the corner is. A good load through the corner, if that makes sense.
Time 141.10.
See as well, like if you get into a slide from overdriving, you just drive it off. Not gonna matter. You getting that's a big slide. Drive it off. It's... No, the rookie races are all like 20 minutes in LMU.
That time was a 140.65.
Why am I still getting TC when I've turned them all off? Weird. Why is it? Oh yeah, well, issues with LMU. I say the force feedback doesn't let you feel where the productive limit is. It's good for like under the limit, and it's good for over the limit. It's good for counter steer. It's good for the texture of the track and suspension and things. But it's not good for feeling exactly where the tires are on the limit, like the exact slip curve for you to balance in that zone of productive grip. That's the thing that AC really does well. Oh yeah, LMU's worth having. It's good. Right. I'm gonna have a break, guys, 'cause I'm actually knackered for some reason. I'm just gonna have a little break, probably have a little nap, and then I'll come back, I think. A nap and come back. I napper, come backer. Ooh, yeah, I'm just so tired. But we'll be back. We'll be back. So, thanks for following, guys. I'm gonna
The pace car is out of control.
Dejambo. Thanks for following there. iRacing know the problems. They know it. They know the issue. They just don't care. Everyone's offline at this time.
Shoot this.
Could be
Will
enough.
you agree with me? Don't agree with me. You're not allowed to.
Cold tires all around.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
Right.
We got another race to get to.
We'll raid this guy. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the watching. I will see you soon. I mean, Daniel Gray's on, but he's timid. He's too big. He doesn't need a raid. he's doing all right. We'll confuse everyone if we send you to Daniel Gray again. It'll just be confusing. I can send you to someone different. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon. We need to do some cleaning in here as well. It's a bloody mess. Okay. Bye. Bye, guys.